Joined by Michelle Mathews from the video that I posted the other day of a BLM supporter showing up at her home. This all happened really fast, and I got lucky because Michelle here is a friend of my wife, and I got to have her on before anybody else. So
exclusive.
This is My Political Truth and Jerry exclusive here. So, Michelle, I don't even know where to start with this, but I think we should start at the beginning. What happened that led to this BLM supporter showing up at your doorstep, basically?
So she is a self-proclaimed Black Lives Matter member of our local chapter. And she's been doxing a friend of mine's place of business and just coming after a few of us Trump supporters in the area. We have a local group that we all get together on Facebook and talk. And I guess she's been coming after us through there. And so I took it upon myself to go to her page and copy paste a bunch of BLM facts and Candace Owens quotes and just truth about Black Lives Matter organization and who they really are as self-proclaimed Marxists. So she didn't like that very much. She must have woken up with over 100 notifications because I kind of just blew her up. So after I realized that she saw everything, I blocked her and thought that would be the it of it. Like it should have been the it of it.
Usually with a Facebook argument, you know, when you either win or lose that argument, that's the end of it.
That should be the end
Usually.
of it. That was probably 9 a.m. and about 1:45, she showed up at my house. I don't know how she found my house. I'm sure it's easy to find somebody's place of residency, but the fact is I blocked her and she stopped me and she showed up at my home.
So as we saw, okay, so what the video shows is, was that right when she showed up or is that a couple of minutes after?
Probably like a minute after she showed up. I was expecting my trainer to arrive at my house at 2 o'clock, so I figured when I heard a car pull up in my driveway that it was my trainer. And it wasn't. So she was screaming and I backed her up a little bit. She was on my property. And I had no idea who she was. I just stunned at somebody screaming in my drive. And anyways, I was like, who are you? I don't know who you are. You know who I am. You came after me on Facebook. You came to my Facebook page. And then I realized that she was this crazy person. And then that's when I hit record on my phone. And you guys have seen what happened after that.
So yeah, before we went live, we were talking about, I brought up my favorite moment when she grabs the phone from you and says, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah.
And you said back to her, don't you want to defund the police?
Don't you want to defund the police? That seems to be the favorite quote that's circulating on Instagram right now. Don't you want to defund the police? Not right now.
Not right now, she says, because this is what the police are for. This is what the police are for situations like this. Okay, so we fast forward. The video was about 2 minutes long, something like that. We fast forward. So the cops showed up.
She did call the police.
She called the police.
Show up. They did show up. I turned the phone off out of respect for the police to not record. They spoke to me. They spoke to her. They came back to me and said, well, your stories match. And so they were kind of stunned that she actually told the truth on herself. She had told them that she had just come to my house to talk to me. But the fact of the matter is I don't know her. I didn't tell her where I lived, and I sure as hell didn't invite her to come over to talk to me. So that's where that was.
Wow.
The police sided with me. They saw the video. They saw that she came out of the car window flailing her arms at me. I had put my hand up so that she wouldn't get my face. And during that time, her sunglasses, I grabbed them out of her hand and I just kind of broke them. They were like $1 sunglasses anyway, so. And I did offer the police to give her a pair of mine to make up for the ones I broke, but they didn't say I had to, so I didn't.
And I also found this part kind of comical. When you went up to the car, you kind of started coughing on her. I thought that was hilarious. And she takes her cloth mask that doesn't help with anything and puts it over her face for 2 seconds and then takes it off. Oh, that video. I think I got it memorized.
She took her face mask off before she came flailing at me. So she took her mask off before she came closer to me. Liberalism is indeed a mental disorder.
It is absolutely, you know, and I was just telling you the story right before we went on about, you know, we all of us Trump supporters always have to argue with these idiots. And they seem to be the ones that can't let go. Because when I'm done, I'm done. I don't remember the person. I don't remember anything.
Done.
But they want to keep the argument going.
That's misery.
It's complete misery. And all they could say to people like us is we're racist.
Yep.
And we like the big bad
army. Or the
orange man.
istophobic phobophobes.
It's the what?
The istophobic phobophobes.
And that means what?
All the isms and istas and phobas that they call us.
You know, and the problem with them is all their reactions, and when I say them, my audience knows I mean the Democrats, their reactions are all based on emotions.
Always.
When ours are unfortunately logic and fact.
Facts don't care about your feelings, as Ben Shapiro says.
Yeah, and they can't seem to grasp that. They keep going on TV now on a daily basis talking about Donald Trump isn't following the Constitution by appointing this new Supreme Court justice. He's following the Constitution to a T.
Right. She's not a legitimate nominee. He has 4 years in his first term. His fourth year ends January 20th, that morning.
Even if he
loses.
When
there's supposed to be a peaceful transition of power, but we're still waiting for the Democrats' peaceful transition of power from 2016.
Which they still haven't accepted that loss.
Let's not expect them to accept 2020 when they lose in a landslide and we get drunk on their liberal tears.
And, you know, you got Bernie Sanders came on one of these news shows yesterday morning and said that if Trump doesn't want to leave office, that they're going to remove him forcefully. That side.
Sure.
That side's going to remove him forcefully.
There's been trying to do that since he won, so
there's all they could do is what they've been doing go on their mainstream media and try to convince their sheep and keep brainwashing them like, we're telling you the truth. We're telling you, we're lying, but we're telling you the truth. Everybody knows they're lying.
But nothing that they've told has come to fruition.
Nothing.
They spent 2.5 years worried about Russia and they lied.
Now this new
Biden lied, Obama spied.
Mm-hmm. And now they're talking about this the New York Times article, which throughout the entire article said that he didn't break a law, he did nothing wrong, and there was no connection to Russia. But you would think that he broke every single law in the book, according to that article.
But Joe is owned by China, and nobody gives a shit.
No, nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares.
Let's see, we got some comments. Kerry says, "I can't."
Huh?
What happened?
What happened?
I can't with these idiots. Calls the police but wants to defund the police.
See?
These people look so stupid.
It's the best quote of it all. You want to defund the police but not right now because now you need them?
The fact that she
Liberalism is a hell of a drug.
The fact that she answered, yeah, but not right now, said that's like the embodiment of the entire Democratic Party.
And she should have just driven away and been done with it, but she kept on doubling down on stupid. So if you're going to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. And the police sided with me. And I have a video that's now gone viral. She's now a meme.
She is absolutely, that facial expression
She's a meme.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Her face and her hairy armpits are memes now. Yes, she had hairier armpits than probably here.
Probably.
Okay? Probably. I'm just saying.
I didn't notice that. Was that in the video?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to.
You're going to have to go back and look in the scene when she raises her arms and, it's a little cheetah pet under there.
So I've been saying for about a month now, about a month ago, Joe Biden was doing one of his few press conferences and somebody asked him if he's been tested for COVID. And a month ago was the only time he was asked that. And he said, yes, I've been tested. I've been waiting for them to say that he's positive so he could not be in the debate tomorrow.
I heard him say that he wasn't tested. And why should he be tested?
See, I'm
waiting, though, because he's going to come up with something tonight. He's not going to be able to make it to the debates tomorrow.
I still think that they're going to pull something before they can't let him out on stage with President Trump.
I did a poll on my Instagram, and it started off at 50-50 that there was going to be a debate tonight. But
tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But it was overwhelmingly that there was only going to be one debate if there was a debate. The other two aren't going to happen. They're just not going to happen. Trump is going to eat him alive tomorrow, and I'm going to be here for the party with my popcorn ready.
And the thing is, and I love Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. But my problem with him is in between of him excoriating his opponents, he does tend to say stupid things. And those stupid things that he says gives the mainstream media, the fake news, he gives them the lines, but he doesn't care. But right now is when he should care.
But don't you think that he kind of gives it to them on purpose?
Oh,
because
without a doubt.
while they're worried about what he tweeted out, he's over here creating world peace and getting, from what Jerry told me, a third nomination for a Nobel Peace Prize.
I don't know if you guys heard that. Right before I came on, I posted about an hour ago. President Trump was nominated for by a third person for a Nobel Peace Prize. This nomination comes out of Australia. We have Charles with a comment. He says, or he's been around someone with COVID-19 and needs to be quarantined. That could be one of the excuses, without a doubt.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good excuse.
I don't see it. And if it does happen, it's going to be brutal.
He's going to send Jill in as his replacement.
Probably.
She wants it more than he does.
It's unbelievable. It's so crazy. Have you heard back from any of these people in the Sarasota BLM room?
Not a peep. It's gone quiet. I think that she might be regretting what she did.
I would think that's a very...
I think she probably thought I was some middle-aged woman she was rolling up on, and she was gonna... I don't know what she was gonna, but... Yeah, she didn't plan that one out too well, did she? She looked at where I lived, and she probably should have looked at who I was affiliated with, and I am the NRA.
And make no mistake.
And I did have a Glock on my hip. And I had to explain to the police officer that I did have a firearm on my person.
Good, and
I was in my right.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Do you think they're going to, for lack of a better term, put a lid on this mail-in voting nonsense? Even with all the charges and with everything, with all the findings that's going on.
They just found out a new one this morning with Ilhan Omar and her ilk.
Yep, I just posted that too.
Yep. You know what? I feel like Trump is going to win in such a landslide. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if you can get close to 30% of the black vote, the Democrat Party will no longer cease to exist.
Yeah.
They will cease to exist.
And I also saw and this is funny.
And he's gotten the Latinos down in Miami, and that is a huge deal.
Huge. Miami and Arizona. I saw, compared to 2016, when he had 21% of the Latino vote, it's up to 48%. That's unheard of.
And he had 7% of the black vote, and now it's at 15 and climbing steadily.
Steadily. Because what he said back in 2016, I think it was spot on. He said, what do you have to lose? Because
what the hell have you got to lose?
Nothing.
You've been voting Democrat for 50, 60 plus years, and look at your communities.
Look at New York City, where I'm from, my home, the place I love. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. And everybody's complaining, but yet apparently that's the majority that voted these people in. And now they're complaining. They're leaving New York. They're going to hide in
good and hard.
They go hide in Vermont. They go hide upstate New York because they're scared of the BLM.
And they have the means to go and escape.
Of course.
But there's people that are stuck in the city dealing with the consequences of things that other people voted for.
And unfortunately, it's the people in the poorer neighborhoods, in the projects, in the bad neighborhoods.
Minorities always suffer the most under Democrat policy.
Absolutely. And I said this all the time. I say this. 99% of the people in those neighborhoods are good people that want to support their family, that want to feed their family, that want to do what needs to be done.
And they hold conservative values.
They do. Absolutely. And they're being held hostage.
They just don't realize that they've been brainwashed for generations that the Democrat Party is the party for the people. But the party never switched. It's been the same Democrat Party since the beginning. Racist, segregated, Jim Crow, slavery, the Democrat Party. Nothing's changed.
Joe Biden gave the eulogy at Robert Byrd's funeral.
Okay.
Robert Byrd was one of the top members of the KKK when he was the House Minority Leader.
And Trump
Did you hear
has
that?
denounced Duke multiple times.
Multiple times, and he just signed in KKK and Antifa as a terrorist organization. Very racist of him. Very racist of him. I don't know.
He's the worst racist I've ever known.
He's literally the worst racist ever.
And I can say I've known because I have spent time with the president.
And listen, it would be a complete ignorant lie for us to sit here, and it would be the equivalent of what the Democrats do. If I sat here and said, well, racism doesn't exist, that's what they do on CNN when they say the USA is all racist. If I sat here and said racism wouldn't exist, I'd be just as ignorant as them. Yep. It does exist, but not at the levels
at a
that
very small scale.
Oh, please.
Very small scale.
Yeah. And they refuse to see that. They refuse to acknowledge that. They want to talk about this new systemic racism term, which is a complete BS term. It was invented this year. Yep,
Look
exactly.
at who runs the systems.
Exactly.
They're all white liberals. What did Malcolm X say? Beware the white liberal. There you go.
Yep. Malcolm X said the most dangerous man in the world is a white liberal.
Yep.
Spot on.
And the easiest to manipulate is a white liberal woman.
That I can't speak on, but it seems apparent with that Karen that showed up at your house. I mean, there's no, I don't know.
I don't want to defund them right now.
Not right now.
Not right now. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Once I'm done with this phone call, we could proceed with defunding them because I'm no longer going to need them. Michelle, thank you so much for coming
Thanks for having me, Jerry.
This was awesome. We got the election in, 4 weeks, basically.
4 weeks.
And get out and vote. Get
in
your friends
person.
in person.
And
no
if you want to
mail-in
catch
ballots.
up on daily news in less than 60 seconds, go check out my Instagram.
Oh yeah, tell them all of your platforms.
In a Mimi Minute. M-I-M-I Minute. In a Mimi Minute. I'm in my main page on Instagram that just hit 10,000 because of this crazy liberal girl. It is Fancy Mimi. F-A-N-C-I-M-I-M-I. So go find me. I'll be hopefully spending some time with the president in December down in West Palm. So you're not going to want to miss that. And we've got an election coming up and we're going to win bigly.
Bigly. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.